Hi, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited for you to be joining us this evening for our JJK inspired Sagas stream. We are so thrilled. We have the creator of Sagas with us today, Dennis, OKSDM. Who is that man? Who knows? I don't know. But we're super thrilled for y'all to be joining us for our sexy villain era stream this evening. My name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. And like I said, I am thrilled that y'all are here, and I'm going to popcorn it over to Steve.
Amazing. Thanks for having me. My name is Steve. My pronouns are currently he, him. You might have seen me as a co-host on Asians Present, but I am so stoked to be here. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm excited to just make this hilarious. John, over to you.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and I use they and any pronouns. That's good. Hi, pass to Austin.
Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Austin. You can find me online at SalesCost, and it's Sailor SCT Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. I had a brain static for a moment there. You may know me from Secret Histories of Nerd Mysteries, which is a Max Fun podcast. You thought you were safe, you're not. It's Max Fun Drive for maximum fun. If you want to know more about what that is, you can go to maximumfun.org/join. That's maximumfun.org/join. I'll be throwing that also in the Twitch chat. I'm not on the YouTube chat. If you're on YouTube, I'm so sorry. That's it for me. I'm gonna hand it over to Dennis. Also had a brain static.
Hi, my brain is also full of static, and I'm about to try to run this thing. I am Dennis. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on the internet at okayest__DM. You can find my YouTube channel, OKSDM, where I make mistakes running games so you don't have to. That's me. I want to play.
I think we all do. That'd be like I'm making assumptions. I think we all want to play.
Actually, it's been real. Thank you
You all
so
wanna
much for
play?
having me. That's it. Stream's over.
All right. Bye, y'all. Okay, so there are going to be, I want to say this up top because it's very, very important to me, content warnings for drowning, and at the beginning, specifically drowning parents. So if that's not your thing, you might want to mute for the next 5-10 minutes to play it safe. We want you to be safe, and we want you to be comfortable. But without further ado, let's begin. It's a bright summer day. You can see mirages in the air, and the only respite from the scorching heat is the occasional breeze from the sea. The sun shines brightly onto a secluded beach, glinting off the beautiful blue waves and smooth sand. The air is salty and fresh. A new young family plays in the waist-deep water, all still fully dressed, laughing and smiling. The young parents splash each other as their dark-haired toddler girl swims between them. Her laugh is infectious and reflected in her bright blue eyes, which glitter like the water around her. She dives under for a moment to look at a starfish that had crawled into shallower waters. 5 arms drag the bright red creature curiously closer to the child. They both reach out, finger and appendage nearly touching. Then the starfish jumps and buries itself in the sand. Saddened, the girl comes back up for air and realizes her parents are nowhere to be found. She hears their voices carry on the wind, and she turns, smiling, and swims slowly toward them into deeper waters. They yell out, panicked, screaming at her to go back to shore. The sea begins roiling, pushing them all further out, and the girl begins to panic. She tries to scream back, but salt water keeps filling her mouth. The riptide increases, separating the family, dragging her parents out to their doom. Soon she can't see them anymore, but still she screams. Tears and fear fill her stunning blue eyes as clouds cover the sun, darkening the water, which starts to swirl around her. She rises above the waves, her yellow dress still sopping wet, eyes shining like bright stars. Still, she screams for her parents. The clouds begin to swirl and descend around her. The sea opens beneath her feet, its gaping maw ready to swallow the sky. A beam of light shoots from beneath her feet into the sea, and another shoots into the sky, parting them both. And still she screams, lost and afraid. Miles away, a farmer looks up at the beam and the gathered clouds. People on the street stop to gaze at the phenomenon. A man in a suit stares at it from his office penthouse window. He turns to his desk, picks up his cell phone, and dials a number. It's time. The waves on the beach have reached impossible heights now, crashing onto the surrounding cliffs, 30 feet in the air. The grass atop this cliff is soaked with seawater. The spray clouds the air. Out of the salty mist walks a figure, a creature born of this raging maelstrom. Jess, please describe your character for us.
Absolutely. So you will see Noah walking, and you'll notice one of their SAGAS traits, actually, which is what I have called slippery when wet. Basically, they are always moist because they are the embodiment of a rip current who's killed many, many people in their many, many years of being on this cursed plane. Noah is kind of tall, lanky. They've got long blonde hair that has like sand in it. They've got some nice sunglasses. They've got like a nice little floral shirt on that says, "I go to the beach often and I am definitely a beach bum." And they've got kind of a little smirk on their face. Noah uses they, them pronouns. They're going to go to their good friend, Dathad. Where would Dathad be right now?
Oh, beach time. So Thaddeus Tenenbaum is lounging in a chair with an attendant to their side, holding a saucer and a cappuccino. And of course, as Thad watches kind of this display happens here, no real emotions here. The parasol, he kind of like looks over to the side a little bit and allows the shade to go over his eyes. And as he does, he kind of makes a slight motion with his eyebrow. The saucer comes in front of him and he takes a sip of the cappuccino. He spits it out. Terrible. Not fitting for him. He throws the saucer and the cup away onto the sand, stands up and says, "It's so hard to find good help," and begins walking towards Noah here.
You are so traumatic every time, my friend. It has been too long. How are you?
Business is good. My profits are up very close to 4 figures in percentages. But you, look at you. How was your rest?
Not long enough. I have to give some interesting news. I think it's time we get the gang back together.
Well, you know me. I like a good payday. And Thaddeus whips out like a BlackBerry.
That's how you know he's evil.
Boo this man!
I hope that it becomes like shorthand in the next like 2-3 years. Like the phone's one busts out, it signifies like their role within the overall narrative.
Shall we get How first or Dream?
shh. I'll handle this. And I think
I'm sorry, was there like a lip shushing too?
yes, it was like, but you know how people usually shush like towards you? Thaddeus loves to shush people close to him. So it's like a shh. I'll handle this. And pulls out a phone. BlackBerry like dials on like physical keys. Noah, you're getting a phone call. Or sorry, not Noah. How?
I
How?
pick up, what's up, buddy?
What's up? No, how? How you're getting a phone call?
I think if there's like a camera pan, it's like going over like kind of a pretty downtrodden alleyway, like lots of garbage around, and you watch as Hao steps out from the shadows. He's got like long black hair, but in like a really kind of messy ponytail that's kind of poofed around like the side. Glasses, like round glasses, and kind of little hippie-ish looking, like not hippie, but like kind of baggy, loosey, like a button-up shirt, but not all the way buttoned up, and like a tank top underneath, and like slacks, like very plain looking, like would kind of disappear in the cloud, and looks almost a little slovenly. And like one hand kind of in this position behind his head, and the other he'll reach in and pull out a smartphone, and just go, "What do you want, Thad?
Oh, baby, darling, don't do me like that.
Don't call me baby or darling. I'm neither."
Well, my love, my beauty, my absolute star in the night sky, the sun that clears away the mist.
You hear me?
I'm actually really
You hear me on the other side of you, like, are you talking to Dream? You called Dream, right?
I'm gonna punish you for every compliment.
Oh, well, I can't wait. But this is a business call, I have to say. And though it pains me, I need you to meet me at our old hookup spot.
How much?
Regular amount. Unless
Yeah.
that's no longer within your purview. I don't know what you're up to these days.
Regular amount works for old time's sake.
Oh, sentimental. I've always loved that about you.
Musicians.
All right. I'll see you then.
Right. And as Hao hangs up, there's like the sound of some muffled struggle behind him, and you watch as he tightens his fingers, and there's like almost like a sound of Erhu music coming through the air, and the muffled struggles go quiet, and there's just the sound of like liquid blood dripping to the floor in the alleyway as he walks out, and it pans back to see someone suspended almost shibari-like in the air in the alleyway in almost a spider web of strings.
So Noah, how's in, but so reluctant. I've had to 2x the fee and everything like that. It's just a bad time for work these days, I think.
I think when Hao hears about the child, Hao will change his mind.
Let's hope so. Now, you were also thinking dream. I always forget if I spelled dream with a Y in my phone or... Okay,
Couldn't you just say, "Hey Siri, call Dream"? Oh wait, and I'm going to eye the BlackBerry.
Oh, Siri. How juvenile.
I don't
And
see
then...
a deal. Who do you want to call?
Yes!
No!
I finally did it. That's my curse technique.
Remote activation of phones.
Curse technique. All your devices listen to you at all times.
Screaming.
Damn it. Cool.
All right. I think Dream, you're getting a phone call.
Where is Dream?
Dream is, I think, in like a boardroom, like a some sort of businessy looking place. Not dressed to fit the vibe there at all. If you see like people walk by in suits and like with briefcases and stuff, Dream is like standing against the wall, playing on her phone, wearing like hard-eyed glasses and wearing like pink. She has about my complexion skin. She has like shoulder length locks, like up in up in a bun, that are also dyed pink, and she sees the caller D pop up, landlord, and hits decline.
Hey, Dream. It's you know who. Look, this is kind of a time-sensitive kind of thing. I'll send you a text too. But I do need you to call me back. Anyways, looking to offer you an opportunity. Should be profitable for all of us. And we could really use your skills. After all, you are my North Star. You're the sun in my sky. You clear away the mists. Anyways, Butte, give me a call back. You know the number.
I'm going to put my hand up and say, why don't I ever get any of this? What the fuck, Thad?
I mean, do you make any money?
No, but you
Damn.
literally make me wet, and I'm just going to hold up my hand, and you can see me dripping.
Not the
Oh.
visual fun.
Another time, Noah, another time this would be... Ooh. Oh. I need a cappuccino. Do you want anything? My servant makes the best cappuccinos.
Not from you, Thad. And I'm going to walk away.
Excellent. And as we do, the BlackBerry texts you. So bright green text, because are you using an Apple device? I can assume you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple device. Bright green text, just obnoxious. A place to meet.
I open up a contact in my phone that that's I've titled Untitled.
Oh my god.
And
Oh my god.
I text it, the old group is reforming. What do you want me to do?
Okay.
That's a question for you, GM.
You get a text back almost immediately. You look down at your phone, it says, play it out.
I text back, Thad, on my way.
Very good. So Dennis, where are we meeting?
You gather the next day at a empty lot, essentially. It probably used to be a parking garage, or is what it looks like. The chain link fences have been torn to pieces. You can see there's graffiti everywhere, broken concrete littering the entire space. This is a lot that you own, Thad, and keep it in this condition for meetups exactly like this.
Fantastic. So yeah, Thad's there. What kind of car? I've always wanted like a Viper. I think that'd be really cool. So like a Viper, pristine condition, just standing out like a sore thumb here, leaning against it, shades up, smoking a cigarette like in the most obnoxious way. Like I love people that smoke like that. I love that.
I hate him so much.
So much. I think that you hear like something like land on your car behind you. This car looks stupid.
What can I say? I have the absolute worst taste. Good to have you on the team, though.
I'm not on your team.
Oh, excuse me. Freelancing then, mercenary. What's the title I should give you on this one?
The title you should give me is you're all on a short leash. What's going on?
Short leash. You gotta buy me dinner first, at least. Well, suffice it to say, details are a little sparse. But they'll be coming soon.
You don't know.
Ao and Noah arrive at the same time.
Do you remember in Aristocats?
Aristocats.
Edgar's like Vespa that's like
Yeah.
Like, I'm writing that, basically. It looks like it's about to fall apart at any second.
Beautiful.
Backfires 3 times before shuddering to a halt.
Mm-hmm. Calmly
Ow.
step up. We'll flip out like a case of cigarettes, pull one, and just light it off of Thad's. Do a little butt kiss.
Yeah.
I don't think that I have a cool entrance. I think that it's sloppy and wet and gross sounding when I arrive. And I'm moist
You
and
Really
gray
come up
and blue.
out of you come up out of one of the storm drains on the street.
You know, I was thinking of coming from the sewers, and then I was like, I don't want to be that gross. Also, can't
Okay.
swim. So,
Beautiful.
yes.
Truly beautiful.
Can control water, can't swim.
You know, you don't need to swim. You can control water, right?
Yeah.
You can make the ground there.
Maintenance tunnels.
Okay.
Once everyone is there, Dream goes, which one of you jokers knows what's going on? Why are we here?
I'll give a very coy smile and say, me. I called Dathad. Dathad called to you. Now we're here. I was just floating, as I do sometimes on the beach, and I'll like flick some sand off and say, there is a child with immense power that has awakened. We all know if those pesky sorcery schools recruit her, it'll turn the tide against us cursed spirits and unaffiliated sorcerers forever. They'd create a world where it's impossible for sorcerers to live freely, to kill freely, to be free. But the reverse is also true. I want a recruiter. I want to take down the schools and chaos that would reign. It sounds beautiful. Does it not?
Has a nice ring to it.
She's young. We can mold her.
As long as it's not Thad doing the molding.
Oh,
Absolutely not. Keep away, Thad. No.
no. Children are my style. But, sweeten the pot. Of course, I'll be financing a lot of this. So, I don't see a loss here at all.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What an incredible opportunity. Right, Dream?
Sure, if that's what you want it to mean.
You always know exactly what I want to hear. It's incredible. I love it.
I just have a certain way with people, I guess.
Come on. What's with that look? You look mad. You look sad. You look like you're stressed out. You should relax. This is going to be fun. Or it's old band is back together. Make some music. What's there not to love?
Do you remember the last time we made music, or...
It was
We nearly
great.
died.
There's half a city missing.
Like I said, it was great.
An incident. Absolutely to be expected.
A
Come on.
little bit of a flashback to just this enormous purple explosion wiping out entire blocks of a city. Flashback to the broken down parking garage.
So, where do you know where this kid is? Did you just leave them unattended somewhere?
Noah, you actually have a couple of pieces of paper, a little bit wet and sticky, but they are filled with information. You've got a photo, you've got names of sorcerers who might be put on the job to go collect her, and you have an address. Looks like a local apartment complex.
Would immediately turn that over to Dream to not further wet the paper.
We gotta get you some plastic bags or something.
That's people. No. What? Why would you want to put all of this, gestures to myself, in a plastic bag?
No, I mean like for you to carry stuff.
It's
Oh.
not sustainable, you know. You should really think about that. Just like you want to really leave like a 0 carbon footprint. Not that it's my place to say anything.
How many buildings do you own again?
It's a joint partnership.
What's their energy efficiency?
Good. Great. Perfect.
Is that what scale is that on? Is that like the lead scale or international?
The only scale that matters. And and Thad pulls out a cigarette and says, "I'm done. But how? Can I maybe go again?"
Gonna lean in and yeah, let him light off of mine.
Okay. Which one of these do we want to hit up first? I don't frankly trust any of you to split up, so.
The apartment complex is next to a little pond. I think that sounds delightful.
Dream, do you want to take the lead on this one since we're so untrustworthy?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Who's backing you up?
Oh, you're all going to the same place I'm going.
Oh, we are, but who's gonna stand there in the doorway with you?
I'll do it.
Great,
I
I'll be
brought
on the roof.
information.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll play lookout.
I'll be in the car.
No, you will be in the hallway.
So forward. Very well. As you wish.
Are you driving us then? And I'm going to point to the... You said a Viper?
Yep. You know what? Let's have some fun. Yeah, you want to drive? You ever take one of these for a spin?
I really don't suggest you let a cursed spirit drive.
I'm driving, Dream. It's fine. Internal monologue is saying, I don't know how to drive. No one has ever offered me a car before.
Usingly, most police are gonna think that it's driving itself because they can't see you.
That sounds like a funny trick that we can play. Let's do it. Yeah. And I'm just going to hold out my hand for the keys.
You know what? Sure, let's ruin this car, actually.
Yeah.
Get in the car!
Can I just like secretly use my strings to steer and push the pedal so that Noah thinks they're driving?
Go ahead and make a check.
Sure.
First roll.
First check. All right, what do I roll? What do I roll? What do I roll?
Depends on what you got on your character sheet. If there's nothing on your character sheet that could give you a different size die, you're going to roll a d10.
Okay, so I have keen senses. I have whip finesse. It's pretty finessey.
I'm going to go with a d8. I think
Yeah.
keen senses would apply here for sure, at
All right.
least.
I'm just gonna use my domain expansion.
Domain expansion, drive a car.
Yeah, drive angry. Nick Cage film. All right. And do I add anything to it?
Nope, no modifiers at all in Sagas.
I rolled a 7.
So in Sagas, you want to roll low. With that in mind, we start outside of the apartment complex in question with the pond next to it, and we hear the scream of tires around the corner, and we can see the Viper drift onto the road, spin 2, 3, 4 times, and stop perfectly in front of the building.
That was the most fun that I've had in the last decade.
Noah, if you were a human, and then Thaddeus opens up the door and just steps out.
That sounds like a Vaporeon thing, and I don't like that.
Oh no, cream over. Good night, everyone.
Yo!
Whew, okay.
Dream says, I guess it's a good thing you're not a human, and gets out of the car.
Hao just leans out of the car and throws up. Not from the Vaporeon comment, from the driving. And then we'll
Two things.
can be both. I can
Yeah.
throw up about two things. I'm a very competent human. And
Aw.
step out over my own sick.
I could get one
As
of
you
those,
all
right?
exit the car,
I said I could get one of those, right? And I'm going to point to a car. You have a spare, like, 5 of these, right, Thad?
Now is not the time. We're on the clock, aren't we?
And I'm just going
you
to
all look up at
clench my
this
fist.
building. You look at the building in front of you, and it is a nondescript apartment complex, a very simple brick building, 3 stories, maybe 4 windows across, so total of 20 rooms tops. There's stairs up to the front door, and you can see the building number plastered in old fake gold lettering across the top of the door. And you notice one of the curtains over a window on the top floor shift back into place.
Ooh.
Okay. Supposedly you all want to get this kid and bring them into whatever messed up shit you've going on. So, we should not go in and try to hurt anyone, right?
Yeah, from my watchings on the beach, kids like candy and blow up beach balls and those little miniature surfboards.
Yeah, I don't have any of that with me, and I don't recommend you try to offer kids candy.
Bookie
See?
boards are pretty cool.
Dream, this is why we bring you on these things. Because you know so much. You're so good at this.
I know. I should start walking.
As you begin walking up to the front door, someone comes out of it. It
Oh.
opens, and a lithe figure steps out. You see a woman dressed in a suit, perfectly fitted. The woman herself is not. She's not fun to look at. You see her face on one side is half melted, and you can see her hair on the other side is this matted, greasy, curly mess that falls down and just sort of flops to the side like a rat's nest. Her clothes are impeccable, but you see her hygiene leaves much to be desired. She has long fingernails and bony hands, almost like a hag. And you can smell her as she steps out of this building. That visage immediately changes. And you see this beautiful woman still in that same suit and with this gorgeous mane of bright green hair flows behind her. I believe the 4 of you and I have some business to discuss.
What are you?
None of us want anything to happen to the child. So here is not the place.
What are you?
Make a check and see what you can get her to divulge.
All eyes
Okay.
are on Dream from me. I am just...
So, I also have keen sense vision. Could that help for me to see past whatever she just threw up?
Absolutely.
Okay, that would be a D8. 1.
That is the best you can possibly roll.
Yeah.
You see right through this thin veneer of a glamour. And you see her true form, still that marred, greasy, disgusting form. And you can sense a power radiating from her, on par with your own.
Is she... So she's a cursed spirit or a sorcerer?
Best you can tell, she is a human that has seen a lot.
Okay. I say, okay, not here. Did you leave anyone in there with her?
What kind of sorcerer would I be to come here alone for someone so valuable? We can't let you have her, but you know that.
I'll go have a chat with you. And I look back. You 3 deal with whatever's inside.
She looks each of you up and down once. They won't stand a chance. She starts walking down the sidewalk.
I follow. You know, maybe that's for the best for me. Make my job a lot easier.
Have fun, Dream.
Yeah, I'll see you in like 8 minutes tops.
All right. Let's go then. I have full confidence in Dream.
I don't know if the other two read the paper or if it was just Dream that did. So I will start walking towards where I assume the door is, knowing the number of the apartment that I have read.
You you have to break in through the front door first. And I want to know how that happens.
I would like to know if this is an apartment. Maybe it's a shitty apartment. Who knows? If it is, does it have one of those locks that has the secondary lock where it's like on a chain so the door can open just a little bit? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and it does. This isn't. This door is made of wood. The whole front is just made of wood with a single small window pane up top.
Okay. So when I go to open the door, is it double locked? So locked on the handle and with the chain lock up top?
It is.
Well, drats.
Noah, break it open. This is a thing you spirits can do, isn't it?
Do you see any water here, Thaddeus?
Suppose not. If I were to find a hose or something, is that what you need?
Even just a bottle of water would be great. I'm sorry, is
think
that
while
not
they're-
sustainable enough for you?
While they're bantering, can I try to use some string to pick the lock?
Yeah, you go describe how you're exactly doing this. Like, what string are you going to use?
Yeah, I think one of the Urhu strings will kind of like slip out from like where my sleeves are and like start to like sort of foil itself around and like weave in very small patterns into just like something that will go in there, find where, and like hook, right? And then another one from the other hand will come out there and I'll make it the screwdriver part of it so I can start figuring out where each of the things is. So I'll like literally use it to lockpick.
Go ahead and make another check and see if you can pick this lock.
Sure, D8 again?
Yeah.
All right, here goes. That's better. That's a 3.
It doesn't take too much finagling. This is something that you've had to do in your line of work several times, and this is a very simple lock. You very easily click, click, and the deadbolt turns, and you snake one last string inside and yank the chain out of place.
Yep.
You pull on the handle and the door opens.
And I will open it and bow very sarcastically for the two of them to enter.
Oh, well, very good then.
It's not like you're going to take away the door's ability to survive.
I'm going to push the door open. Is there anything that we can immediately see?
There is a small set of stairs downwards and a larger set of stairs upwards towards the second floor, and it looks like it curls up to a third floor.
Downstairs, upstairs, upper upstairs. I'm going to say while looking at these two.
Upstairs is where the window was, like, the blinds were drawn, right? So I want to go up there from the outside if you do want to go in from the inside.
If you can scale it, I don't see a problem with that.
I took the climber trait.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Want to climb with string.
I need to get my steps in anyways. Stairs it is.
So as two of you go inside and start climbing the stairs, the third of shoot character names. Hal, you you send some string up to the roof, wrap it around what looks like maybe a chimney piece, and start climbing up it like a normal climbing up a wall with a rope, almost walking across the bricks.
Yeah.
You get to the window. You definitely get there first. And you peer inside through these sheer curtains. And suddenly the window just shatters outward, ripping the curtain down with it. And you get a small glimpse of what's inside the room. Looks like an empty apartment. No one lives here. There's no furniture. It's just hardwood floors and plain white walls. Sitting on a cushion in the center is a child, the girl that we saw in the intro. Long black hair down to her mid-back, and she immediately jumps up, very scared. And there's a man in the room as well. You can see a thin guy with a thin pencil mustache, and he is playing with a deck of cards in his hands. And you look down on the ground and you can see one of the cards is lying in the grass below. I wouldn't come any closer if I were you.
All right. I'll stay right here.
I think not. And he's going to draw a card, and that is where your combat will begin. This is
Great.
going to be weird to run, but
I'm here for it.
as we go over to the other two, who are halfway up the stairs, there is suddenly a crash as one of the doors at the top of the stairs opens, and another woman, this time barely out of high school, leaps over a railing and throws something down, aiming for Noah. And Noah, I need you to make an avoid check, please.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I'm sure it's fine.
I did not avoid it.
Because I rolled a 12.
That is definitely not an avoid, successful avoid. This thing lands on your arm and sticks there, and you glance down as you see a seed bury into your skin and sprout immediately. This almost Venus flytrap-like mouth wrapping around your arm once and then biting down on you, and you can feel your energy begin to be drained. You take 1 point of damage.
Cool. Cool.
And at this point, I need everybody to make reaction checks. So I'm doing a little bit of an experiment here with this game, just so everybody knows. I've never split up combat like this before. But in JJK, it's all one-on-ones, 1v2, 2v2, and that's like it for almost the entire show. And I wanted to try that out here as well. So I will ask for your reaction checks in a moment. Again, if you have nothing on your character sheet that applies, like fast reflexes in this case, you'll be rolling a d10.
Excellent. Is this a power we're avoiding? Because I do have dodge power with several ranks.
This is a reaction check. This is just straight up reaction time.
Okay. Excellent.
All right, so if I have keen sense hearing, will that help?
Not this time.
Okay, so just a straight D10 then.
Mm-hmm.
Gay D10, go. All right. I'm rolling so good. That's a 9.
Ooh. 2 for me.
3 for me.
All right. Sorcerer 2 is fighting Noah and Thad. Sorcerer 3, the Gambler, is fighting How. Okay. Ooh. Austin, what did you get?
Okay, I wasn't sure if you wanted mine. I got a 1.
Oh yeah.
So did your opponent.
Yeah,
As you're just walking down the sidewalk, you pass underneath a bridge, and time seems to slow as the frame rate of the show increases, and a single droplet of water slows and splats between you, and both of you vanish into like blurs. Go ahead and roll reaction again.
Oh my god.
Damn, you got the animation bump. All right.
Okay. You ready? I got a 2 that time.
Oh yeah. With reactions like that, there's no way you're not going first. So, just for flavor, as you clash, you can see this this sorcerer has pulled out. She has pulled out like a dagger, and her glamour is completely down now as her face snarls at you. What are you using to block her dagger? It could just be your finger if you wanted.
Okay. Can I block it by taking it in a way that doesn't do enough damage to hurt me in a way that matters?
Absolutely. You, as the dagger shoots towards you, you sort of raise your arm and it pierces right through your shirt, missing your body entirely. And she rips it away and takes a stance. You're up first.
When she gets that close, I have one goal and one goal only, and that is to open palm hit her in the chest.
And you take your palm and force it as fast as you can downwards towards the top of her sternum. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I shall. I have martial arts rank 4, so it's a D8.
And she has dodge melee, which is also a D8.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. I need everyone to know I made my character 20 minutes before this started. So the fact that we are foil fighting is absolutely obscene.
Hell yeah.
How perfectly symmetrical violence never solved anything.
I got a 3.
And she got an 8. As your palm connects, you feel something inside her chest give way and snap, and you have touched her heart.
Perfect, incredible. After I do after I do that, I look at her and crack my knuckles. Now, this fight just ended. You can either walk away, or you can die tonight.
Not an option. And you see her. Actually, I just need you to make an avoid check.
Okay. It's a D10 for mine. I don't have a thing for that. Unless. No, I don't have a void. Whoa! I got another one.
What?
I'm
As
really
she
good at
just
rolling dice.
quietly says, "Not an option." You sense a presence immediately behind you as her glamour takes an identical knife and thrusts towards your back, and you just spin around and knock it out of her hand. The original her is gone, and now it's just her glamour as she teleports behind you, but her attack fails. What do you do in response?
Ooh,
Yes.
she took the glasses off.
All right then. Let's see how you like it. I would like to use my ability.
So you can both teleport yourself anywhere within your zone, or you can spend one effort to teleport up to 2 zones away, or you can spend one effort to teleport an object or person to you. This is her curse technique and reverse curse technique.
Incredible. I say let's see how you like it then. And so what I want to do is run for like a punch and use the ability to make her teleport into it for like maximum momentum.
Yes.
Amazing. You take 3 steps forward, sprinting, take a stance, and thrust your fist forward, and she's not even there. But you, with your opposite hand, snap, and she just teleports in front of your fist as it collides. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Ooh, that's a 4.
You got a 5. As your fist collides, you deal another point of damage.
Incredible. I also will let you know I have finishing blow whenever that becomes relevant.
It will.
Okay.
At one point, it will become
Yeah.
relevant.
I was just letting you know.
I
I
am
have
certain.
finishing blow at rank 3. I do that, and I think when she teleports in and she sees me, she sees my irises are no longer like human shaped; they are shaped like 2 pink hearts.
As your copy ability comes online, giving you everything that she has, she again teleports left, right, her body flashing everywhere all around you as the camera sort of pans around and you look up, down, trying to keep track of where she is, and her glamour teleports above you and stabs downward. Go ahead and make an avoid check.
It was bound to happen eventually. I got an 8.
Finally, the knife plunges into your shoulder, a spray of blood splattering across the side of your face. And immediately you begin teleporting as well. Both of you just flashing across the underside of this bridge in every single direction. A car passes, and the guy driving is like, we will switch scenes now to...
Did that hurt me?
Yes, you do take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
We will now switch scenes to the stairwell where Noah and Thad are. Noah and Thad, what did you get?
Got a 2.
And I got a 3.
Well, both of you are going first after her surprise round. All right, so Thad, you're up.
So this person, this woman is at the top of the stairs, by like the bottom of the stairs, and like that well, right?
She is currently falling down towards you from the top of the stairwell, like between the railings.
Oh, like between the railings. Yeah, so Thaddeus is going to kind of look around, grab a pack of cigarettes, pull one out, and just start lighting it. And say, you know, this is pointless. By now, you must have been briefed on who I am, what I can do. But just in case you haven't, you have to know, I know all of your weaknesses. I know all the cracks in your armor. I know how to make you suffer. In 1948, there was a doctor named Maslow who developed a hierarchy of needs. And in that hierarchy, I know exactly how to hurt you and deconstruct you piece by piece. That's my curse technique. I can find where you are weakest and exploit it for my gain. Is this really the fight you want? And I'm gonna go ahead and show my hand. Just explain my power.
Cool thing, talking's a free action. You can just do that.
Excellent. So with that, I'm gonna increase the range of my curse technique by two areas, 2 range increments. And as they
Perfect.
fall, I say, have a taste of it. Curse technique, poverty of needs. So I'm gonna make a ranged infect attack. I use a D6 for this because I'm really good at this.
Oh dear. All right, go ahead and make that attack roll.
It's a modest 3.
All right. That connects. What does this look like?
Excellent. So, given who they are, I don't necessarily know what their needs might be, so I'm going to rely on you to give it a little bit. But right away, they take 1 initial damage because I'm so high ranked in this. And I'm going to spend the 1 effort to do that.
Okay.
So as I make my sign and twist for them to suffer, can I just make up like where are they on the hierarchy of needs?
You can see that she is pretty well off. Judging by her outfit and how nice her hair is, she must be from like a wealthy family.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So then I attack her need for relationships, and I plant the seed that one time someone laughed and it would like didn't feel good. Like it felt like a laugh that maybe didn't connect wholeheartedly. Maybe it was like a laugh of circumstance. Maybe some of the friends here, they're not her friends. Maybe some of those friends are just here because she's a sorcerer, because she's so wealthy. Maybe they need her money. Maybe they don't like her at all. Maybe no one liked her ever. That's my 1 damage.
1 damage? You have no real friends. 1
Emotional damage.
You know what? I guess 1 physical damage, but your therapy for the next like 2 weeks is gonna be fucked.
This is the beginning of it. Like this is gonna continue to happen. So fair enough.
Oh yeah. As you can see, her flashbacks to the saddest and loneliest times throughout her entire childhood flash behind her eyes. Noah, she's got this 1,000-year stare and is leaving an opening for you.
Dennis, you're a man of science, right? We would all agree here that human bodies are 60% water.
Now,
Oh man.
Here we go. I knew this was gonna happen eventually.
Let's say we're a little bit of a bloodbender too, you know? Like, can we roll with that?
You're making me pull up my own rule book.
I thought Dennis would be making me pull up the chemistry makeup of a body.
What I would like
No,
to
I have
do...
that memorized.
Yeah, thanks, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah, 800 grams
That's
of
what I was
lime.
about to say. Episode like 3 or something.
You list it off.
What I would like to do with my level or rank 6 control water power is squeeze some of the water just out of her body so I can play with it outside of her body.
Oh my god.
You want to juice her?
A little bit. Look, Noah wants to play.
It's
Why would you
Jujustu
say it like that?
Kaisen.
That was
Oh.
good.
Cool.
Don't encourage that. Don't encourage that behavior.
So, cool thing about sagas is it allows me to say yes to pretty much everything. We are going to flavor this as an attack with your control water ability. As a single tear drops as she stares into space, you pull that tear, and several more as she starts bleeding from her tear duct, and you rip it into a ball of water that is now roiling and swirling in front of you, now subject to your riptide power.
You know,
Go ahead and make an attack roll to see if this does a significant amount of damage.
I rolled a 2. And I would love,
And a 2 is
if I may, to take that water that's just kind of ripping around, and I would like to wrap it around her neck. She might not be drowning on the inside, but on the outside, I want to take away some of that air.
Are you choking this woman out with her own tears?
I am, yes.
Just like therapy.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I do when I therapize people. That is exactly what therapists do.
That's actually the name of our visionary group, the Therapists.
Ooh.
on, move
So
on.
you, as this begins to constrict around her neck, you incorporate, this is your action. So you're not going to be able to use drowning on this turn, but next turn you definitely will be able to. This first one was an attack using control water.
Yeah, that's fine.
and
The
she does take
tearjerker.
that
Thank you
damage.
so much, Steve. That is a perfect name for that move.
Oh
Incredible.
no, Fatal Podcast
Oh.
beat me to 100%.
Oh,
Oh, you guys did jinx. Okay, Fatal the Baptist. Thank you. Y'all named it. Incredible.
I love your audience. This is amazing. So it is finally her turn as she sort of snaps out of it and flexes her neck, and the water loosens enough for her to speak. You can't hurt me. My curse technique is called Seed of Death. It plants itself inside your body and feeds on your life force until I tell it to stop. Its weakness is that the seed needs to touch your body, and I have to keep sending it commands telepathically, or it withers and dies. I can reverse this into Seed of Life, with the same weakness, but rejuvenating the target. And she is going to use Show Your Hand as well. And she takes one of her seeds, plucks it like off of a necklace that she's wearing, and stabs it into the palm of her hand, and you can see a flower bloom and like a vine slowly wrap around her arm. And she is going to heal.
Cool.
Dang it, I'm writing her hit points in pen. All right. Next up in this initiative is Thad again. As you see this flower appear in her hand, she looks back down at the two of you and disappears back into the hallway. You've lost sight of her.
Sorry, who is this again?
This is the rich girl that you're fighting. She has disappeared into the hallway, and now you need to climb the stairs to get to her.
Thaddeus shouts out, "You know, my curse sneak is so strong. I don't even need to concentrate on it. 60 seconds. You have 1 minute before my hold loses shape. That is, of course, unless I can find you again." Noah, this seems to be a problem. Are you okay?
No, I am not okay. What the fuck is this?
Sorcerers, I assume some Zenon clan shenanigans. Look, can you still move?
Yeah, and I'm gonna like move my body.
Find the girl. Let me keep this one distracted. I'm sure I can crush them fairly succinctly. But mission this, mission that. You have the information, so I think it's up to you.
Okay, I'll see you upstairs, and I will make my way up.
And Thaddeus
Alright.
shouts up, "You're only prolonging your suffering," and then drags the rest of the cigarette and throws the butt down and begins climbing stairs.
You start climbing stairs, and we see the camera zoom back out of that stairwell, and the girl, now her necklace of seeds wet with her own blood and tears, panting. She yells down the hallway, "Gladius, I've got two! Come help!"
I'm sorry, did you just say Gladius? Do we have a Gladius and a Thaddeus?
Yes, we
God damn
Yeah.
it. Cool.
It's great. Everyone loves that.
And we switch over to the room that has the girl in it. And we see how dang it, how?
Yep.
How?
How?
We see How still clinging on to the edge of the windowsill, still kind of showered in the broken glass. And we can see the man holding a single card in his hand. "Give me a moment, I've got one in here as well." And he whips it towards How. Go ahead and tell me your reaction to see if you can do something before this card makes contact.
I have a thing called power deflection.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
you can definitely do that on your turn, but right now we need to figure out if you can do something even before he gets that card out of his hands.
Oh, before he gets the card of sin. So what should I do? What should I roll?
What was your reaction when we started?
Oh,
combat?
it was a 9.
Okay, perfect. He got a 2. So as
Yeah.
the card comes whipping towards you, out of his fingers, describe what happens as you use your power deflection.
I think so. I've got one hand holding a clump of string tied to the thing up there, and I got one hand on the ledge. So I'm gonna kick off the wall and like do a sweeping motion and make almost like a lattice of string appear like right in front of me.
The curtain that had fallen out of the window immediately unweaves itself and weaves itself again in front of you and catches the card on its several new layers. The card like embeds itself, snapping some of the strings, but does not manage to break through because power deflection is fucking fantastic as an
Yes.
ability. All right. It is now. So you spent the effort to do that, and it is now your turn.
All right. I think I want to unravel that new curtain shield. And the first thing I want to do is I want to try and lock off his like options of movement and attack by like creating like a barrier, I guess, from like where I am in the window to the window to the wall, as it were.
Yep.
So I want to block off his access to escape just by making like several strings just like lance out and embed themselves into the wall there. Not like won't be like a solid barrier, but it would be really annoying to get through.
Are you also trying to separate him from the child?
Not yet.
Okay. So you just basically like cut off his only escape route, other than the window that you're at. You just block the door behind him.
Yeah.
The threads fly through the air, thickening this entire room for a moment, and for a brief second, it is difficult to see further than your own hand in front of your face, and then all the threads coalesce again in front of the door. And what ability is this?
Well, my string power combined with finesse, and I guess in a way it's like it's not quite disarm. I'm just trying to trying to cordon off the movement and the angles of attack. I'm not like attacking him directly right now, just setting up for the future.
Okay. Go ahead and make a check to see how strong of a barrier you create. This is going to be basically, I'll keep this number on hand to use as a difficulty if he ever tries to get through it.
Great. That's a 2.
Amazing. You can see he, with more dexterity than me, grabs a deck of cards from each of his pockets, shuffles them, bends them, and draws the top card and smiles with an evil and knowing grin. He takes 2 brisk steps towards the window and hucks another one towards you out of it. Go ahead and make a check, please.
Sorry, you froze a little on my end. What comes out of it?
Oh no. Go ahead and make an avoid check. He takes 2 brisk steps towards the window and flicks another card in your direction that sails and curves down towards you.
Cool. That is a 3 on a D10. I'm not very evasive.
3's good.
No,
3's
3
real
is good. Low
Yeah.
numbers are good.
No, I lucked out on this one.
Unfortunately, he rolled a 2
Damn.
on his D6.
Of course.
We see the card suddenly grow in size as the
Oof.
King of Spades flies towards you and collides with your arm, almost severing it completely.
Ooh.
You take 2 points of damage.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's not good.
And Gladius hops up onto the windowsill, his hands sort of almost like a gremlin grabbing the top of it. There's no way you're going to get to her, not through me. And he leaps towards you out of the window, having drawn yet another card. But it is your turn.
This
You
is
have a
exactly what I
moment to act.
wanted. I wanted to get him out of the room because, as I may have said before, you're going to watch as I let go of the string to start falling backwards. I'm going to make a hand sign and pull this and just quietly say, Ryuki Tenkai, and domain expansion in midair.
Yes!
What
Yes!
does that look like? What does this look like? How does the world around you change as you
So-
use your domain expansion?
So it looks like from the feet, like string wraps up in like one of those perfect spirals, forming us into that perfect sphere that you like. From the outside is just pitch black, and on the inside, very bleach as well. It is completely pitch black, except for me and what feels like the sounds of like an orchestra tuning up behind in this empty space. Both of us are just suspended in the air. And do I get to do just the thing?
As an action, you can spend 3 effort to use domain expansion.
Great, I'm doing that.
So that is your action this turn. And both of you disappear inside this sphere. And on the inside, we see your form silhouetted as a spotlight hits you from behind and an orchestra begins tuning up.
Yeah, and there's a sort of conductor's pose ready to go as if standing at the podium. And he's just standing there sort of in midair. We've sort of, I think, alighted and rhymed ourselves in this new dimension so that we're standing. I'll be falling once this is done, but for now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And as that tension increases to breaking point, we smash cut back to Dream as Dream and her opponent are continuing to teleport around and underneath this bridge. Simultaneously, you arrive standing on opposite sides of the bridge's railing on top of it now. I'm going to ask you to please first make a reaction check as the wind billows against your hair and clothes as it does hers.
3.
Nice.
4.
Yeah.
You act first.
You know, your technique is really simple. I see why you have to hide behind tricks.
Really just trying to
Tricks
hit everyone in the
you'll never
imposter
learn.
syndrome today.
So why do you want the girl?
Someone like her, having gone through the classes at our school, she will become an unstoppable force no matter who raises her. We simply have to mold her into a weapon for our use.
You're the second person I heard say that tonight. I'm not sure any of you really care about this girl. I want to... Okay. She's holding a dagger, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I want to use this ability I've copied to switch her with her dagger.
What are you trying to achieve?
Because in theory, she's holding her dagger, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I am thinking if she switches places with the object she's holding, she would be mid-air on the edge of this bridge and lose her footing.
Got it. And what are you going to do after that?
I want to put myself where the dagger is and drop down to drop kick her into the ground below.
Hell yeah.
We accidentally made Boogie Woogie, didn't we?
We did.
It's snapping. It's different.
Woogie.
Oh yes, so different. It's just so cool. Okay, so as you snap once, she switches places with her dagger. Her feet no longer on the railing. Her eyes widen, or the one eye that can widen does, and she reaches out towards the railing, grabs it, and deftly snags the dagger. But you've already teleported there, right in front of her. Go ahead and make your attack.
I looked it up. My finishing blow is when she has... If she has 2 health, she actually dies.
Got it.
2.
8.
So
How do you strike her?
she like goes to grab, and I think what she feels instead is the bottom of my boot that pushes her hand and the boot like into her face, like further away from the bridge.
And she spins once, and you do a flip of your own and heel kick her, and you see just this line and a crack form in the pavement below as she rockets down to the ground and takes another point of damage. She spits out blood, and you see her vanish for a moment, and her glamour above you brings another dagger down, trying the same move that worked last time. Go ahead and make an avoid check.
But I don't see her. Okay. Man, I wish I had like a... I have an idea, but I don't have like a way to do it, I don't think. That's a 2.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
she
really good
rolled
at-
another 8. I'm putting this D8 in dice jail.
you're so good at sagas. You're just like so good at it.
No, listen, I'm very good at rolling dice. I will sometimes lie and say I failed, so it's more interesting.
I do the same thing. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I haven't yet, but I think the dice are taking this the direction we want to go. As her dagger swoops down, you have seen this before. You're not going to get stabbed in the shoulder again, and you teleport away straight down to the pavement where her original body was a moment ago.
And I don't see her still.
And now she has vanished.
Okay. I have keen senses eyes. I have... So the way I see it, the ability, I didn't say because I don't have show my hand. The way I see it, it's like soul mapping. Can I try to use part of my ability that I don't often, which is to like, I want to try and like echolocate where she went.
Go ahead and make a check. And yes, you can use your D8.
Okay.
As you've touched her heart, you understand her soul, you understand where she would be, and you can have line of sight through physical objects on it.
4.
With a 4, you see a dot flashing around on the surface of the bridge, and then it vanishes, and you are ready for it as it appears right in front of you. She is going to make her... That was your action to do that check, but she does not get the benefit for being hidden from you for this attack. So it's, again, just one straight die. Go ahead and make an avoid check.
Uh, 3.
You rolled a 1.
Dang.
You saw her coming. You saw her appear right in front of you. And with her dagger, she stabs forward, and you move to clap it between your hands. And as you clap, the dagger slices across and removes half of your fingers.
1 damage.
2 damage. She crit.
2 damage. Well, that's bad for me. Okay. Am I still going?
Mm-hmm. It is now your turn.
How does she look? Is she missing fingers? What's up with her?
Not missing any fingers. Both her and her glamour stand next to you. You can see which one of her is the real her. Her glamour does not have a soul.
Yeah.
You can peer inside. You see that glowing shape that is her essential, immutable form. And it's flickering.
I grip my teeth. Last chance. All right. I hope your school's worth it. I just run at her. I don't teleport. I don't do anything. I just run at her, and I think in what I'm trying to achieve is the very classic like martial arts feint, where it seems like I'm gonna do what I've been doing, and I don't do any of that. I just go back to my roots. I'm just gonna go like knock the shit out of her.
You
Kurt,
go
the
big,
technique, these
obvious right, big, super obvious right swing like it's a feint, and you just follow through.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
1.
That's a crit. She sees this coming. That's a feint, and she pulls up a block on one side, and you just several of her teeth get knocked out and scatter across the pavement. She takes 2 points of damage and falls to the ground unconscious.
Oh, just unconscious? Interesting. I walk up to her unconscious body. Does she have anything on her that seems relevant?
Her dagger looks real nice. It's this beautiful, the handle is curved the opposite direction of the blade itself, gilded in gold. The guard itself looks like it's made out of solid silver.
I take that. I cock my head at her unconscious body. And I take one hand and just put it around her unconscious throat. And I say, "Sweet dreams."
Ah!
As you begin to squeeze, her eye opens up. And the lights leave her eyes. And you see her soul disappear.
I check my watch. And I stop the timer. 7:50. Nice. And I start. I guess I don't have to walk. I can teleport for an hour. I start teleporting back.
You, with every single step, another vanish and reappear 10 feet in front of you. As you begin making it back, we switch back to Thaddeus and Noah.
So
And
yeah,
I think Thaddeus will go first.
Okay. So yeah, I've asked Noah to kind of finish the mission, as it were. So Thaddeus begins walking up the stairs, hands in their slacks, just sucking on the last little bits of the butt of a cigarette, and says, "I can make this stop at any time, but I won't. You know, if you were a better sorcerer and you had just transcended the needs of most people, you'd be immune to my technique. My technique has a glaring weakness to it. But the fact that you allowed yourself to be infected by it on first blush, well, like I said, I find your weakness and I exploit it." So as Thaddeus begins walking up, I'm going to use my action to brace. So I'm going to surround my body in cursed energy. Next, I'm going to just let my infection continue. Little retcon here. I realize that having shown my hand, my initial infect does 2 damage, not 1 damage. Because I like to show my hand.
That's
With the infection continuing, that's another 2 damage.
Her flashbacks worsen. We see fear in her eyes as the camera zooms into her pupil itself. and she's alone sitting by a fountain in what looks like a schoolyard. Two children go and are playing with a ball in the yard just across the way, maybe 15 feet from her. And one of the kicks goes awry, and the ball collides with the side of her face, and she falls into the fountain. And when she comes back out, gasping for air, all she hears is laughter and fingers pointing at her. And we can see, back in present time, a trickle of blood appears from her nose.
I can stop this. You just have to surrender yourself to me. And Thaddeus will continue to walk up those stairs.
She shouts back, "You don't seem to care for those that you call friends very much, do you?"
Oh, stop. I know what you're trying to do. You've already shown your hand. Look, my hands are around your throat. By now you feel it. What options do you have? Fight back? You die tired. Surrender. Live to see another day.
Make a check.
Absolutely. I'm going to use my prominent feature here to see if that actually has any effect here. I'm not escaping, but I am well known. My clan is well known. Sometimes it's a feature, sometimes it's a drawback. The drawback or feature you think here, or maybe nothing.
This, I believe, prominent is a struggle. It just means you are recognizable and difficult to hide.
Oh, you're right.
in crowd.
Yes. And then attractive won't help me here. I don't think they want to spend any more time with me. So let's use a D10, I guess.
Yes, a D10 for you.
Not great. It's an 8. It's a very poor 8.
She steps out from behind the wall to face you. You at the bottom of the stairs, she at the top. And she kneels and bows her head in your direction. And you see the barest hint of a smile. Noah. The plant embedded in your arm and wrapped around your hand squeezes and sucks your life force into it as it grows larger. You take 2 points of damage.
Oh no.
To clarify, because mechanically this is awesome, both Thad and this girl are using the infect ability. Empowered in the exact same way with show your hand. But Noah, even though you can feel that pain, you bite through it and enter the room where the child is.
What does the scene look like right now?
The room itself is almost entirely empty. You're sort of peering through this thin veneer, like a curtain, though it is something that you recognize as Howe's making. Through it, though, you can see the girl, almost within arm's reach. Scared, afraid of whatever might happen next. Fear in her eyes. She turns very suddenly to look at you as you enter the room.
I'm gonna
But
put
this curtain still imposes between you and her.
I'm gonna put my hands up and kind of squat down. So I'm like, I'm assuming that she's taller than me when I squat down. And I'm gonna say, hi, my name is Noah. What's your name?
Make a check.
What if I told you I got a 3?
Ooh.
Not a lie.
She, still terrified, opens and closes her mouth several times.
That's
And then shakes
okay.
her head.
You don't have to tell me. That's okay. This must be really scary for you. I don't know if you know all of the people that are in this house with you, and there's this like force field thing. Are you okay? No. I'm sorry. That really sucks. I bet going somewhere more fun might make you feel a little bit better instead of being cooped up in this icky old house. But I don't want you to feel scared or anything, but if you wanted, we could go outside to the pond. I saw some ducks out there. They were really cute. Yeah? Okay. Knowing what I know about how can I get through this force field, or can I get this girl through the force field without us getting hurt?
As long as Hao's not paying attention, yes.
Okay. I'm going to look at the girl and I'm going to say, is it okay if I join you on the other side? Okay, cool. Again, my name's Noah. Have you ever floated on water before?
Yikes.
And she sort of like shies into a corner of the room and clutches the cushion tight.
Oh, we don't like water. Okay. Well, how about this? What if we play a game? Do you like rock, paper, scissors? No? What kind of games do you like?
She starts sort of like drawing imaginary lines on the ground, and is drawing a tic-tac-toe board.
I love tic-tac-toe. Basically, what I am trying to do, since I cannot float her out of this window, I don't want her to be in the crossfires of Thaddeus and, was it Gladius? Or was that who now was fighting the woman? I don't know. There are too many names going on for this little peanut brain to comprehend. So I'm just trying to wait out the fighting to be done. And as soon as I hear that, I want to take the girl out to the pond, not kill her.
As you start looking around for a way out and a way to do this, we switch back to the orchestra hall. And Hao, I have to ask, what song begins playing?
Mahler's Resurrection Symphony. The one that sounds like the orchestra's being dragged into hell.
As this discordant cacophony rings throughout the air, the lights come on. What does the rest of your domain look like?
I think I'm just gonna blatantly steal, like from Bleach, where I think the one guys like look like people made out of vines. These look like people made almost entirely out of like string dolls, almost like pulling orchestra. The whole world is made of like these fine or thick or like ropes of all different sizes, and we're in this like this like facsimile of a concert hall.
All right. The gambler in front of you looks up, amazed and scared. He takes his deck, shuffles it nervously a few times, and makes eye contact with you standing on stage.
I think my eyes are actually closed because I'm sort of relying on my keen sense a little bit here, my hearing in this domain. And I'm not going to explain anything. I have the show your hand move, but that's not how this character rolls. And I think I'm just going to use the attack of it. And using, like, I think what is like sort of the apex of whip finesse, disarm, and wrestler, which are the feats I picked. I'm just going to completely bind this person, and I'm going to use some smaller strings to sew his eyes and his mouth shut.
Yeah.
As you do, I'm gonna say roll an attack. This is not to see whether you hit. One of the rules of domain expansion, as hopefully all the people that watch JJK know, is everything hits automatically no matter what.
Yeah.
So this is just to see if you get a crit.
Oh, okay. So I'll roll a D. Since it's domain, should I roll a D6?
This would still be a D10.
D10? Okay. Cool. Well, that's a 4. So no crit.
No crit, but as needles and thread begin sewing his eyes shut,
And so
now blinded and almost deafened by this discordant cacophony, he is going to take that 1 point of damage.
And is he going to do anything?
He is going to have to draw a single card
Mm-hmm. 5 and
and
dime.
listen. And he's going to throw it at you somewhere, hopefully to hit, but he's just going to start throwing that card and several others in random directions. The 5 diamonds is just the one that happens to hit you. And if I'm going to look up what that means on his curse technique, nothing. All the cards he's thrown so far teleport back into his hand.
Oh.
It's not good. It's not good for him.
Yeah.
And he breathes once. You have a chance to do something.
Cool. I'm going to bind his hands via my disarm now. Keep him from throwing things.
All right. I will have this just work automatically.
Cool.
Because it's a domain expansion and it's not doing any damage. So his hands just immediately get bound right here, tying him up right in front of your face, right in front of
Let's do
this
it behind
entire
his
audience.
back, shall
Behind
we?
his back.
Yeah. Just in case.
And he closes his eyes. No, his eyes are already closed. They're sewn shut. He breathes once through his nose, almost the last thing still open and available to the exposure of your domain. And inside his inner monologue, we hear, domain expansion.
Ooh.
Gambler's Haven. And he makes a sign right with one hand behind his back. And immediately you can see this green space begin to warp itself around him. The threads on his eyes begin to snap. His mouth suddenly snaps open and his hands unbind themselves as your two domains begin to enter a power struggle. Now, how I have it written on what we are using, your domain expansion ends when you end it willingly. At the end of combat, or if someone of an equal or higher level uses their domain expansion inside yours.
Ooh.
As you focus and hold on, trying to stem the tide of his power flowing out, you blink once, twice, and the third time your orchestra is gone. Replaced by craps tables, roulettes, and several enormous decks of cards lining the walls and the horizon in every direction. That is his action. What would you like to do?
Do you have the effort to domain expansion a second time?
I don't.
Oh, that'd be so metal.
I know, but then I would still lose because I think he's higher level, unfortunately. So what I will do, I think I'm gonna say, now is where, because it's a little desperate to say, all right, my power is the power to control strings and all their properties. And just, say a very simple explanation, which I have 2 facets of show your hand, so it's now zones of range +2 and affects all creatures in a zone. But I'm just going to try and use what strings I have on my person to just go straight for his throat and try and pierce it right through.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
You got this.
Then-
You got this.
It's a D8, I think, because I have a 4 in this. So look at. Ooh, that is a 2. It's not a crit, but it's good.
And a 2 is going to hit. It pierces his neck just slightly to the side. Starts coughing up blood. And he draws 3 cards. And he takes one of them and throws it in your direction. Go ahead and make an... Actually, no, you can't make an avoid check. His domain is up. He does not crit, but as this 8 of diamonds embeds itself in the floor between your feet, diamonds themselves suddenly encrust you from the knees down, holding you in place. It is your turn. Your threads are still in his neck.
Oh, cool. I'm going to go that way. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
Try and decapitate him from there. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. That is a 5.
Guess what? He also got a 5.
Oh,
Roll
shit.
again.
All right. Roll off. That is a 1 this time. Oh!
And he got a 6. How would you like to decapitate this gambler inside his own domain?
Ah, shit, that's disgusting. I think because the string is already like pierced through the center, I think you just watch me do that, and they just go swoop. And there's that, the thin
Single line.
and
Slowly
then
beads start to grow, and the head just and the body slumps over the other way, and the domain collapses, swirling in on the point at which his head has been severed, and then vanishes, and you continue falling out of the window. You hit the ground and take 1 point of fall damage.
Ooh, I'm unconscious.
Wait, that's not quite how Sagas works.
Oh, do I die?
At 0 hit points, you have to make a decision. You can fall unconscious. So as you hit the ground, some of the shards of the window were in the grass, sticking straight up, and several of them pierce into your back. You can either fall unconscious here, which is exactly what it sounds like. You can't take actions. You can still take damage and maybe die. And when you come back to consciousness, you will have a life-threatening wound to deal with for several days at minimum. Or you can take your last stand, which means you resign yourself to death in exchange for an immense power boost.
I'm just gonna go unconscious this time. I'm a little more. I think this is a very practical character, and I don't know who else is there. I don't know who I need to last stand against. So let's just like go. I'm gonna like feel it like jammed into like my back, just missing my spine. I think I'm just gonna let out a sigh and be like, at least I'm getting paid. And then as the head and the body land next to me, I'm gonna slip into unconsciousness.
Amazing. Crossing out, sorcerer number 3, who has been defeated in his own domain.
Yes.
And we switch back to Dream. You come across this scene. You see Mao just fall out of this black hole as it disappears, landing on the grass, unmoving.
I look at how, like, lean over, check pulse. Has pulse, I assume. Okay. Is anyone? Are you all dead up there? I shout into the open window.
Nobody is hurt. Everything's fine. We're playing tic-tac-toe and having a great time.
Right. Okay. Look back down at how. Well, and I take my phone out, and I didn't hear Thad answer, so I take my phone and I call Thad.
Dream, I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Do you have like a med person you can send for how? He's out here bleeding out.
Oh, I'm carrying actually a concoction of cursed ginseng. If Hal's down, I can just administer a little bit of a drink here. I am on the 3rd floor though.
Oh, okay. Is someone still not dead?
I'm working on it. You know how my technique works. It takes finesse.
Okay, I'll make sure Hal doesn't die. And I hang up the phone.
We see. Go ahead, Dream.
I just like apply. I like roll Hal over to see what's wrong. I'm like, oh.
Ooh.
It's also a big old shoulder wound from a big old card cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like I will do off-screen lights or some of like field medic, like don't bleed out. Even though mechanically I know Hal's already fine, but like I like patch Hal up so he doesn't bleed out before that just finishes up already. First
As
he's
you
like, I
are-
can finish first. Now he's last.
You are bent over your companion, not friend, as you attempt to make sure that you don't have any losses on this job. We see the child beginning to play tic-tac-toe as Noah you are biting back the pain of this plant that is still embedded in your arm. We see the stairwell as Thad takes yet another step towards the woman whose 1,000-yard stare is intermingled with her grimace of pain and sorrow. And that is where we will take our short break, because I lost the track of time entirely.
Hell
It's
yeah.
kind of a nail biter.
Yeah.
My
It's
friends.
good. It's good.
we are going to go on a quick break. We're going to do a shrimp check. We're going to maybe eat some food, drink some water, do a bio break. I encourage you all to do that as well. We'll be back in 10 short minutes. Bye! Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our JJK inspired Saga stream. We are right in the middle of combat, but before we get back into our combat, we're going to do a little bit of a character recap. So, from my character's point of view, Noah, there was this little girl who kind of showed herself to be incredibly strong. She kind of drowned her parents. And I was summoned to help recruit her. So I went to my pals, and I said, hey, Dethad, sexy, weird landlord. He has, like, weird name issues with some of our other friends, but that's a whole different story. Went up to him and asked if he would help me get the old gang back together, and we did. I got to drive his car. It was very fun. He drives a Viper, but also has a Blackberry. Kind of a weird guy, but we love him anyway. I took a woman's water out of her body because we are 60% water. I'm a cursed spirit. She's a human. Humans are 60% water. And then I choked her with it. And now I'm playing tic-tac-toe with a child. Honestly, very good time so far. I'm having a great time.
I mean, from Thaddeus, this is all a regular Tuesday afternoon. I got to make some phone calls, hook up with the old gang here. How, Dream, Noah, hot people, just like really hot people, but also very capable sorcerers and spirits. I mean, if that really matters. Yes, we need to go into this complex, and yes, it's full of sorcerers and other curse item users, but really at the end of it, I'm the best, and I only recruit the best. So the outcome is already known. I'm just waiting, really, for the other shoe to drop so we can get out of here. Make some money off of this.
The other shoe... Oh. No, the other shoe might have been me falling from the building and knocking myself unconscious after fighting with a very powerful gambling-based sorcerer who used a deck of cards. We even had a mid-air domain. It's a little mid-air domain-on-domain action, you know what I mean? And but trying to end things quickly against a powerful opponent almost didn't work, and so it was a desperate struggle until the end, and now I'm unconscious. But, Dream...
I'm not friends with any of these people. I am their babysitter. Dream went off to deal with someone who seemed as strong as she was and just had a very boring power. I stole it, killed them. Well, I knocked them out, and then I killed them because I let them know we would be fighting to the death. Came back. How is knocked out? Noah's playing games. That still isn't done. I asked everyone to please handle this before I got back. I let them know they had 8 minutes. Yes, technically I finished my fight in 7 minutes and 50 seconds. That shouldn't matter. The 10 seconds is negligible. We all know the margin of error. You fought with me before. Please be punctual next time.
And it is this strange and motley crew of rogue jujutsu sorcerers and a single intelligent cursed spirit whose job it was to recruit this toddler with immense and nigh uncontrollable power to their cause. They've nearly defeated every single sorcerer. One that could teleport had her power stolen and was defeated. Another, using a deck of cards, was slain inside his own domain. And a single sorcerer remains, still staring out into space as every lonely moment of her life flashes before her eyes. She takes another 2 damage automatically from Thad's infect. And her eyes come back. And she says, "Wait! No! Please! No more. Her
Oh.
hand lets go, and you can see the flower that was healing her on one arm withers and dies. And Noah, you can feel the plant that is now almost as thick as your arm itself suddenly shrinks and vanishes.
Thank God. I was not doing so hot.
You're welcome.
I'm on the third floor and I just feel annoyed by Thad for whatever reason. Playing tic-tac-toe with this little girl and I'm just like, Thad. Ugh.
We switch back to Thad, who is now at the top of the stairs, this sorcerer kneeling at his feet.
So, you yield then?
I yield.
And how can I know that this is a true yield, not some kind of ruse you're playing? And Thaddeus uses more curse energy and squeezes that loneliness, lets that darkness encroach. Chest tightens, breath becomes thin.
No, please. Your friend. They're cursed. The spirit is... My seed in them is dead.
No conviction. You're worthless to me. Curse technique. Poverty of life. And Thaddeus twists one last time with a gesture and walks away, not even looking at the corpse.
She has a strange vision. A vision of herself in this moment, in utter and total defeat and humiliation. And it is the last straw as she sees her own body tumble down the stairs and out of sight, lifeless.
And then Thaddeus recites as texting, because Thaddeus actually reads text out loud while he's texting. And also full volume on the BlackBerry, so you hear all the clicks and everything like that. Sorry, 8 minutes, 15 seconds. Art takes time. To the group chat.
I have a question for how do I want to answer on your phone because I think it would be funny. So I think I take out your phone. Is it face unlock or thumbprint unlock?
It's face unlock, we'll say, because I think that'll be funnier.
I hold it against your face and I answer on Hal's phone. Oh, thanks. I'm just out here bleeding out or whatever. No big deal.
I think if you look back through the chat, it's like Thad will have these long sentences and Hal's only responses are like frowny face emojis. That's it.
Oh. Reaction. Oh, no, you can't reaction on Blackberries.
No.
You get a square with a question mark in it.
Incredible.
The emoji didn't load properly. So Thaddeus just begins like running down the stairs. Get to the first floor.
I would be
you
able to
get to the first floor. Yeah, no, you go ahead.
I was
You
just
can
gonna
hear
say
Thaddeus' reactions.
I would hear that that woman has perished, basically. And I have just been letting myself lose at tic-tac-toe every single time. However hard it is for me to lose, I am letting this little girl win because I want her to feel good and confident. I don't know how many tic-tac-toe sessions that we got in, but if she wanted to play a different game, we'd be playing a different game until I hear that Thaddeus has won, basically. And when I hear that...
At this point, you've gotten her to the point where she is like put the pillow aside and keeps like winning. You don't actually have a board. You're both using your imagination and just drawing with your fingers on the plain wood. So there's no markings happening here. And she keeps going like, no, 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 and like imagining erasing your X's, and she just draws an O there over top of it.
I'm seething on the inside. I don't like to lose, but you know, sometimes you gotta take one for the team. And I think maybe after like the 4th or 5th time of her winning, I'll say, oh, what if do you want to play outside and see the ducks?
And for the first time, you hear her voice. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you want to take my hand? You don't have to, but I can help you downstairs.
I got it.
Okay, you lead the way.
She's going to grab the pillow, still holding it, and sort of like walk ahead of you in the hallway. And as you get downstairs, you see just before she does the scene laid out on the lawn in front of this apartment complex. As Hao lays there, sort of in a small pool of blood, still unconscious, as Dream does what she can to keep Hao alive, and Thad has just arrived.
I think that I am going to stop her, squat in front of her, and say, maybe let's go out the back door. There's somebody that's being a little weird outside. I don't know. You don't like weirdos, do you?
Make a check.
I cannot see. This is so hard. I wanted to be one of the crew because everyone else was wearing their glasses, but these are so dark.
Mine are literally blue light glasses. So.
Amazing.
Okay, I rolled a 3.
Okay. And she follows you out the back.
Incredible. I hope that there's a duck outside still.
Domain expansion. Duck.
I don't want her to see my
Amazing.
domain expansion. I think that would be awful for her.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Unless it's a duck.
It is waves and waves and waves and hands reaching up to grab the person down underneath of the waves.
Is there a duck?
Is there a duck, though?
Can I make a duck just appear if I want one to? Is that how that works, or is it the same every time? It's the same every time, right?
We're talking about a domain, not right now.
Okay. Justify for me which of your abilities you're using to create a duck.
Okay, I'm
Water.
using control water. Ice happens to be water solidified. And so I am going to float a mom duck with 3 little ducklings behind her. And I'm gonna make the temperature of the water a little bit colder so the ice doesn't melt away.
Amazing.
And I'm gonna roll it around
This-
in the mud a little bit so it looks like more ducky. Just because I can.
It's gonna be like
These-
silt at the bottom.
These gorgeous, beautiful, shining ice sculptures of a mother duck and her ducklings, marred by a little bit of mud from use and for accuracy's purposes, float across this pond. And just in time, you get them to hide in the reeds as she goes up to the pond itself and looks around. Where's the ducks? Want to see the duckies.
Oh, I'm sure that they're gonna come back out. But do you want to play some more tic-tac-toe in the mud? We can actually see the X's and O's this time. Or we can still pretend.
But I want to see the duckies.
Okay. You stand here, and I'll go get the ducks. I would hate for you to fall in. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to pick up the duck, and I'm going to make it look like it bites me on the finger, and then I'm going to go, ow! And I'm going to do this visibly so she can see it, and I'm going to say, I'm going to put the duck back down, and I'm going to say, I'm sorry, sweetie, these ducks are mean. I don't want them to bite you.
Duckies aren't mean.
Oh,
They're nice.
and I'm going to hold up my finger that is reddish now because it was just bitten by an ice duck. And I'm going to say it bit me.
But I want to see them.
Okay. And I'm going to walk her over to the reeds, and she's going to look at these ice ducks with me.
Her eyes light up. She is elated to see these gorgeous ice sculptures of ducks, so much more beautiful than she could have imagined. Her eyes are almost the exact same shade of blue as the sculptures you've made.
Silly kids. They'll believe anything. Okay. What do you want to do now?
I want ice cream.
Okay, let's get you some ice cream. And I am going to take out my iPhone, and I'm going to, while I'm talking and looking at this little mystery girl, I'm going to text, going to get ice cream. I can pay for it on my phone, right? Question mark.
Two things simultaneously happen as this gets sent to the group chat. One, you all receive the message. Two, Hao takes a gasping breath as he comes back to consciousness.
Oh, hey, you're not dead.
No thanks to you.
I found this shirt off of this body and wrapped up your shoulder.
Oh, then thanks to you.
Yeah, Dad said he can do something. I have to go.
Don't let him near me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because Noah's taking the kid to get ice cream, which I don't personally think it in well. See, there's the text coming in right now.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go, and I teleport back to where Noah and this girl. I don't answer. I just teleport away because I have it for an hour.
And then Thaddeus shows up. Oh, so you're conscious. Huh. I guess. Here, we can't have you like that. And Thaddeus pulls out like a tincture, but it's shaped like a doll kind of thing. It's all weirdly leathery, fleshy, and just bites off the head of this humanoid figure and pops it off, and hands over this very cursed healing tincture to Hao.
I will drink without shame, without pride. I will drink.
1 hit point. There you go.
Hell yeah! Woo! Back in action, baby, with only some grievous wounds.
Yes, to be specific, you have the wound life-threatening injury at severity 3.
Jesus.
And if I recall correctly, this means every single check you make must use a D12.
Cool.
Jesus.
Yay!
I'm alive. And if I'm alive, it means I get paid.
Real.
Yeah,
Do we have the kid?
we do, and we're getting gelato, I assume.
Again, I'm just annoyed for whatever particular reason at Thad right now. Just walking towards an ice cream parlor place, annoyed.
If this was a manga, there'd be a chibi version of Noah in the corner, just annoyed with like a sweat
The
mark.
little angry, yeah.
Yeah.
I am gonna go to a hospital.
Well, I hate to do this. You know me. I want you to be well and happy. But we're not done yet because until this payload gets to where it needs to go, mission's not complete.
Cool. You're fronting my hospital bill then. Let's go.
It's an expense, of course. You can walk on your own, right? I don't want to be carrying.
Yeah, I can walk on my own. It's
Okay,
fine.
good. Yeah, because I wasn't going to help you no matter what.
I know.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, okay.
Incredible.
Dennis, on the papers that I wet with my body that I handed to Dream, it talked about where she needed to be taken, right? We're not Papa polyfueling her, right? Oh my god, no.
It did not.
I'm not ready to be a
The
parent.
goal was to capture or convince this child to join you, and if necessary, raise her.
Cool.
As Noah has this realization, I teleport literally next to them. Is that the kid?
Yeah, and I'm going to squat down to her again and say, you know, you never told me your name. You beat me in tic-tac-toe. I can't even count how many times. And I showed you my ducks, and you know that my name is Noah, but I don't know what your name is.
Sia.
Sia, that is such a pretty name. That reminds me of my friend Dream's name. Have you met my friend Dream?
Hi, Dream.
Hi, Sia. I like your shoes.
Thanks. She looks down, and there's just the most beat up. You can see the sole is starting to separate on one of them. Her feet are already too big for them.
It shows you have been a lot of places.
What do you say we get you some new shoes after we fill your tummy with ice cream? That sounds like fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite color, Sia?
She starts to go, but pink.
Pink is really
That's my
cool.
favorite color too.
What do you say we get you some pink ice cream and some pink shoes?
Cherry flavored.
You got it. And I'm going to look at Sia and text Thaddeus, we have a big bankroll, friend. An 18 years to life bankroll.
You get an emoji reaction. It's a square with a question mark in it.
God damn it.
Perfect. Beautiful. I as we get to the ice cream place, I send Sia and I'm like, you head in. I have to talk to my friend Noah really quick. Hey Noah.
Okay.
Hey, Dream.
So what's your plan with this kid? You don't want to raise her. Thaddeus isn't gonna raise her.
It could be kind of fun being a papa for a while.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. And I take my glass off and take a step closer. You will not be raising this child. Have I understood?
What do you plan to do then? Dream.
I plan to make sure she's safe.
With who? Whom? Who? Whom? I never know which one to use.
I put my glasses on and I don't answer. I just turn and go inside.
And I will follow behind.
Smash cut to the hospital waiting room.
So, Thaddeus is filling out forms on a clipboard, just kind of looking it over. Started to make some phone calls. Some like folks are coming in as well, dressed in like suits, but like the slutty European suits. You know what I mean? Just like real tight. Like, how much body fat does that person have? Why are they looking like that kind of stuff? And just like beginning to like filter into the room here. And Thaddeus says, "Yes, yes, okay. So care, insurance policies, yes, yes, of course. Look, we're just looking for this to be sewn up, stitched out. This is your expertise. The money is there. Do your job. Okay? Love you."
Yes, sir.
And I think Thaddeus will look to How, who stretcher or walk it on your own, do you think here?
At this point, probably a stretcher.
Stretcher. So, you have my number. I don't know how much more you can really kind of do here, but from my understanding, there's a lot of logistical things going in. I'll FaceTime you. How does that sound?
Sounds awful.
Yeah, okay. Good.
FaceTime on what? On your BlackBerry? FaceTime on what?
Yeah, Blackberries can't do that.
So was that just a
I don't
bold-faced lie that Thaddeus did?
It's a bull-faced lie. I don't even know if Blackberries even have like what is even, are they phones? I don't know.
I'll FaceTime you holding a BlackBerry. Oh, okay, you're lying to me now.
Yeah. I think there is, just sort of, we've worked together enough. We're maybe from the same clan, but we're, there's an understanding where it's like, yeah, I FaceTime you. It's a BlackBerry. And goes, that sounds awful because it's what I'm supposed to say. There's almost like a script to it,
Yeah. Thaddeus leans down, kisses Hal on the forehead, and says, "Okay, goodbye."
How long am I stuck with you? How long do we have to keep this kid around? Am I involved in the rearing? I don't want any of that.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Are you ever, though?
I would never lie to your face.
You just did.
Yeah, I did. Look, I don't know. I really don't know. The fact of the matter is, I have no patience for rearing children at the moment in time. I don't think you do either. So
I really do not.
I'm going to put my best interest forward, which just so happens to be your best interest. So how does that sound?
Sounds like I don't have a choice.
No, you don't. Hey, rest up. I'll come visit you, I don't know, maybe tonight. Who knows? I'm a liar, right?
You are.
I am. Thaddeus checks group messages. Guess we're not doing well. And then hails a cab to this location here.
The cab pulls up, and you can see the driver is yet another one of these 0% body fat people dressed in a slutty European suit. This is your regular cab driver. Yes, you have a regular cab driver. And as you drive off and Hal watches you, we can also see as the sun begins to set, the child, Sia, walks out of the ice cream shop with a cone that has way too many scoops piled up on top of it, and followed by a morally gray jujutsu sorcerer and a straight up cursed spirit. Sorry, gay up cursed spirit.
Thank you.
And they know, all of you know, there's going to be a very complicated path ahead of you, all surrounding this child. And that's where we will end our Jujutsu Kaisen one-shot this evening. Thank you all so much for watching!
Hell yeah.
Can I insert an after credit scene?
Oh, 100%
Yes,
after
that
credits.
belongs.
When the camera goes to black, I think you hear Dream say domain expansion.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
That's it. That was an after credit scene. Dream will return in Avengers Endgame.
Fuck.
That's so good. I love that.
Metal. Oh, that's great.
Okay, my friends, let us tell the people who we are and where they can find us, and all of the cool things that we do. Dennis, the creator of Sagas, the game that we just played, let us start with you.
I ran the game this evening. It was a chaotic and lovely mess. I am Dennis. You can find me all across the internet at okayest__DM. You can find my YouTube channel, OKSDM, where I make mistakes running games so you don't have to. I created Sagas, the system we're playing, which stands for Setting and Genre Agnostic System. And I also made the one-page, freely available Sagas Jujutsu Kaisen supplement that we were using to play tonight. We've got our Cursed Energy, we've got Show Your Hand, Domain Expansion, all the super cool things are in there. And I've been posting it on socials since the last 2 days. Because, I can't make money off of that thing. There's IP all over that. So we're going to be continuing to make more of these. We've got a One Piece one coming. We've got a Hunter x Hunter one coming. We've got a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood one coming. And these are just the one-pagers that we've got. The core rulebook should be available in September or October. My artists are hard at work doing some amazing stuff. I cannot wait to start showing off all the pieces that I've been sent these last 2 weeks. It's fantastic. So if you have a second, go ahead and check out my link tree, which is link.tr/ wait, that's wrong. linktr.ee/OKSDM. All of the links you need for Sagas are going to be on there. You can get your hands on the free beta playtest right now if you want, and you can get your hands on the supplement we used tonight. Oh, I'm going to basketball shoot it over to whoever is on this side. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. Austin.
What's up? It's me, Austin. I just got done. Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. I just got done playing Dream, whose pronouns are she, they. Me, Austin. You can find everywhere on social media. I want to be found at Sailor Scott Austin. It's at Sailor SCT Austin. You can also find me on my weekly podcast, Secret Histories and Mysteries. That's Secret History and Mysteries, wherever you get podcasts, and also part of Maximum Fun. And it's the Max Fun Drive, everybody. I will not do the whole spiel on Max Fun Drive, but if you go to any of my socials or the podcast socials, you'll see all the news about it. To learn more about the Max Fun Drive and become a member during this Max Fun Drive and get all of the great goodies available to you, you go to MaximumFun.org/join. It's MaximumFun.org/join. We just hit 10,000 new members or upgraded members during the drive. If we get to 15,000 members, I'm running a tabletop hullabaloo for up to 12 other Max Fun hosts. You might be wondering how I will do that. I already know. You might be wondering the system. I can't tell you the system, but I can tell you if you are a fan of a certain CW show, you will be very delighted. So head to MaximumFun.org/join, become a member today, and let's get to 15,000, because I every time I think about the system I want to use, I start laughing my ass off. But I'm going to pass it over to Steve.
Hell yeah. Awesome. That sounds so dope. I'm so happy to hear that. But for all y'all, my name's Steve Wynn. My pronouns are currently he, him. You can find me on Twitter at DEEMC, DMC phonetically. It tends to slide in my DMs and talk to me about how Jujutsu Kaisen as a shonen generally reinforces a lot of negative stereotypes, but frames it in spectacle, which allows us to engage in it in a way that's very pleasurable, but ultimately asks us not to really dive too much into it. However, I think Jujutsu Kaisen does a great job in that it focuses on pain and suffering as kind of its impetus, and I think that changes the conversation when you look at other shonens like Bleach and Naruto, where the real impetus is really like the individual want. So I think that's very interesting. Anyways, that's all. Wrap that up in 144 characters, and then send it to me. But I played Thaddeus Tenenbaum, who used a lot of the JJK rules here, like show your hand, and also I just used like stuff out of the book, like Infect, where I got to kill another sorcerer by basically just waiting. Cool stuff. I love that. That's all of me. You can also catch me on as a co-host on Asians Represents, a podcast where we talk about Asian representation in tabletop RPGs and other pop culture media. I'm gonna throw this one over to John.
Hey all, I am John. I use they and any pronouns. Oh god. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BurnJohnBurn. Disco Inferno. And you can also find me on the Moon Harbor Heroes podcast playing Masks: A New Generation. New episodes are coming out again soon. You can find me on DMDM Studios playing Casual Commander, Magic the Gathering, and at Redemption VA's Thursday Urban Shadows games, which I believe resumes this Thursday. So I'm out and about. And if you're in New York, I'm also there. So come find me. We can fight. I'm so bad at bios. Yeah, love you. Pass to Jess.
Hell yeah. And that leaves me. My name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I played Noah, whose pronouns are they, them, theirs as well. I just want y'all to know that Noah was named after the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, because that's what I found when I Googled riptide currents and stuff, and I thought that was pretty fun. I just want to give a big thank you to Dennis for agreeing to run this JJK stream. It has been a long time in the making, and I want to say thank you to John, to Steve, and to Austin for sticking it out through all of our scheduling woes. It was so much fun. I'm so glad that we were finally able to play. Silly Dennis has also agreed to run the One Piece inspired Saga series, streaming every April Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on this channel, starting on April 1st. That's no April Fool's joke. It's going to be so much fun. We're sailing the South Blue. You should definitely come and check it out. So there's some amazing character art. Our second stream is actually going to be kicking off my birthday charity stream week, April 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. We're going to be streaming every single day here at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Times. Not to be outdone by the Oops All Gym Bros stream that we did this month, because we're still in March. That was absolutely amazing. We're going to have an Oops All Muscle Mommy stream, which is going to be really fun. Yes, that face exactly, Dennis. It's going to be so much fun. You can check out all of my charity content work that I do on the internets at Charity TTRPGs, which is a cool little newsletter that I have started putting together. So check that out. All of those streams are going to be supporting March of Dimes. Anyways, I really appreciate y'all coming through and watching our sexy villain era. It was so much fun. I hope you had a great time. I'm going to start a raid into Bad House RPG. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of your evening. And I hope that y'all got your domains expanded. I don't know. See you later.
My domain is fully expanded.
And we're ending on that.
Bye.
Bye.